Shot A, take one.
For me, growing up in the 70s, I enjoyed getting Domino's delivered. My parents would have Domino's delivered every single Saturday. Same pizzas, pepperoni, sausage, extra cheese, ham, mushrooms, extra cheese. Because my cousin Randy also worked at Domino's Pizza back then, fell in love with the brand. I knew that's exactly what I wanted to do when I graduated high school. I wanted to go to school to be a pediatrician, but I also I knew I wanted to deliver pizzas for Domino's. Getting into the brand, I fell in love with the competition, the make, bake, and take side of the business. My wife Stephanie worked with me as a phone person in the first store that I worked at. When we were 18 years old, we started a family. The year before we franchised, had 4 children. Within a few years of owning a couple of stores, and just fell in love with the family aspect of it. All 4 of my daughters have grown up into the 4 walls of a Domino's pizza store. Daughter Abby, her first shift, working in the store at 8 years old, handing out marketing material to customers. It's just been such a great journey to grow up within the brand, within Domino's Pizza. I mean, it's been there my entire life. I've never known a life without Domino's. Now that I'm a grandfather and we've got, that next generation.
Eric, shot A, take 2.
I do feel incredibly thankful to have been able to grow up in the time that I grew up in. Domino's Pizza was huge in the 70s and 80s. I grew up with Domino's. Every single Saturday we'd order pizza. Parents would get it delivered. I knew at a very young age that I wanted to work at Domino's eventually. I had a cousin that worked there in the 70s. I feel incredibly fortunate to have been able to pass that on to my next generation. My daughters, they've all worked within the brand. They've all delivered pizzas. They've all ran shifts. They continue to work within the brand. My wife and I, we kind of grew up together the same time our Domino's brand was growing as well. I've been fortunate to own and operate, several stores for the last 26 years. It's been quite the journey, and it's gonna, the journey continues. Like we've had, we're grandparents now, and we've got a grandson that, hopefully is going to step in and take that next generation. Domino's is way more than just pizza for us. It's a way of life. We live and breathe, make, bake, and take. It's been a wild journey. I don't look forward to ending anytime soon. Like they say, we bleed pizza sauce. We love it. Excited for the future. All the new technology that we've been able to pilot and be a big part of because, of the relationships that we've been able to build over the years it's been fun. I mean, challenging, but fun. We're on the cutting edge of technology. We're able to, utilize new technologies, new services, new ways to make our team members' jobs easier, because that really is what it boils down to, helping our team members perform their tasks of make, bake, and take, and the addition of technology to make that easier on them.
That's phenomenal. Guys.
Secret sauce, take 1.
So in my opinion, the way Domino's Pizza creates dominoids per se is, that competition that exists on a daily basis. The amount of sheer fun that goes into making pizzas quickly and hustling and, hold on, yeah.
Secret sauce, shot B, take 2.
I knew from the moment that I stepped in to the first Domino's pizza store, the day that I started the very first shift, that it was going to be an incredible job for me. I fell in love instantly, delivered, I think, 65 deliveries my very first night. Had a phenomenal time. It is, to me, a Dominoid is that ability to come in and treat every single order like it's the only order, right? Every single pizza's a rush. You get in there, you make, bake, and take as fast as you can. You give the best possible customer service you can, and that's what it's all about. And you have to have fun doing it. One of my core values, if you cannot have fun while you're making pizzas, you cannot work for me. It is an incredibly fun environment that is make, bake, and take.
Secret sauce, shot B, take 3.
I knew from the moment that I walked in to store 1202 in South Lansing in August of 1994 that I knew that that was going to be a job that I'd wanted to do for the rest of my life. The fun that we had that very first day of hustle, just the circle of operations of
Secret sauce, shot B, take 4.
So I do feel incredibly fortunate to have been able to grow up within the brand the same time that Domino's grew up. Domino's was not a large brand in the 70s and 80s, and I was here. I was here for that. We would order pizzas every single Saturday, have them delivered. I had family that worked for Domino's. My brother delivered for Domino's in the early 80s. I knew from a very young age that I wanted to deliver pizzas for Domino's. I knew it was going to be part of my life plan and my life journey. What I didn't know is it was going to be my exact life plan, and I got bit right away. Like my very first shift working for Domino's, I knew how much I loved it because I knew how good I was at it. I was fast. I had fun with all of the team members. Friendships that I still have today from people that I met that very first shift, and being able to make, bake, and take fast, and that being able to have that from a very young age and grow up within the brand. My wife and I were 18 when we both started working for Domino's. And we were able to start a family the same time that while I was managing a store, that's when my first daughter was born, and we had 3 more after I franchised. And so we were able to raise a family of 4 within the constraints of owning Domino's. I'm definitely not going.
You're killing it, babe. Can you go back and not use the word constraints? Yeah. While we were building this family.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, go.
All right. So while we were building this family, we were also building this company. We were able to, grow to, 36 locations at the same time that we were raising this family. And there's no question that my kids grew up within the 4 walls of a Domino's pizza store. All 4 of them have delivered pizzas. All 4 of them have, ran shifts. They all bleed pizza sauce just like we all do. Dominoids. We even have uniforms for our pets. Like our dogs wear Domino's uniforms. Like during Halloween, they dress up as Domino's delivery drivers. My favorite memory of Abby when she was, I think she was 8 years old, she ended up working in one of our stores, a Customer Appreciation Day event, and she opened the door and handed marketing material to every single customer that came in and out of the store. And she did that all day long without any complaints. That doesn't happen very often. She was literally bit by the Domino's bug when she was a young child. She knew, she also knew that she wanted to do this for a living. I mean, watching Abby grow up in this business, getting so successful in this, writing her own story, going down her own journey, figuring her own life plan out, which includes, having children of her own. And now her and her husband are both within the Domino's brand. And and maybe about 17 years from now, we'll have another family member in the brand. I can't even tell you how much I can't even tell you how proud I am to have been able to witness and watch how Abby has been able to grow within this brand, achieve what she's achieved, and be such a large part of the Domino's brand over the last several years, and doing that while creating her own family, and getting married and having her own children, and now I've got
having her own children.
What's that?
Having her own children.
Well, and now she has her own children wearing Domino's pizza onesies. It has been an incredible journey to watch Abby grow up within this brand and be able to achieve everything she's achieved, and to see her now as she's growing her own family and having her own children, and passing that torch on to her child. Now, he's still very young, but the boy's got pizza sauce in his veins, you can tell. One of the most fortunate pieces and parts of being within the Domino's brand is the family that comes along with it. Definitely my best friends around the world are Domino's team members. I can pick up the phone and call anybody from all around the world, and we all bleed the same pizza sauce. We're all there for each other. It's actually pretty incredible. We're all solving the same problems. We may live in different parts of the country, but we're all solving the same exact problems, making, baking, and taking, and making the job easier for our team members. Some of my favorite memories, some of my favorite things to do is working in the store with the team members, having fun, make, bake, and taking, teaching them, how to be successful within this brand. Like the atmosphere within a store can be pretty hectic. It can be loud. There are a lot of things happening. We make a lot of pizzas. I really truly enjoy connecting with the team members at the store, and creating that atmosphere of having fun, and you can see it in their faces. When you connect with them, they really truly do love the brand. What is really incredible about the Domino's brand is the fact that we do have the atmosphere and the framework for delivery drivers and CSRs to be able to grow up within the system and become Domino's franchisees. I believe the statistic is 90% of delivery drivers. I believe the statistic is 90% of franchisees started out as a delivery driver or an in-store team member, and that's a pretty incredible thing to do. You don't have that in any other brand. For me, when I'm on the lookout for someone that wants to potentially franchise, you have to find that person that has to find a way to have fun throughout the difficult times, throughout the difficult situations. To be able to, have just a little bit of grit and a little bit of perseverance to push through those really busy times and those stressful times, right? You need to be able to look into the future and get excited. You have to get up and you even when the days are tough, you have to still keep going in and make, bake, and take, and be with your people. And I don't know, to me, the key, the secret sauce to this brand is having fun. Okay, so definition of Domino's grit. Domino's grit is when you are 200 pizzas down on the make line, right? And you just gotta find that fourth gear, and you gotta find that fifth gear, and you gotta inspire everybody else in the store to find that next gear too, right? You have to find that ability to connect with all of the other humans in the store, because everyone's an individual. Now, when it comes to, so Domino's grit is being 200 slips down on the make line. It's having a triple stack oven with full of products where the conveyor belt doesn't stop. You have to push through. You have to be able to make the pizzas. You have to be able to pull the pizzas. Domino's grit is a snowstorm, an ice storm, right? It is because we don't close, right? Domino's is always the first to open, last to close, right? It's that mentality that nobody else in the business has. So, I mean, when I started working for Domino's, orders came through 100% on the phone. You had to answer every single phone call. Technology has made an incredible impact on the operations of the store. Now we're 90+% online orders. We are, cut table technology. We are, the circle of operations within the four walls of a Domino's has changed so much since I've been here, right? I mean, it started with answering phones 100% of the time. Now we're 90+% online orders. We've got the cut table technology. We've got the DJ dough press. We've got so many things at the disposal of our team members to make their lives easier and the customer service better for our customers. I mean, one of the cool things that we've done in the last year, I think we've had it live for a little over a year now, is we've had Ava live in 2 different stores. Game changer when it comes to the amount of phone calls that come into the store. There's really nothing more disruptive to an operation than having phone calls that come in that aren't orders, right? I mean, you're wasting your time answering phone calls to just answer them, right? And Ava is able to sort those out and make it a lot better for the in-store team. We've had Ava live in our stores for a little over a year now. It has made a significant impact in the in-store operations of the store. Now, when a phone rings in the store, it's an order. It sorts out all that garbage, all that mess, which takes your team member away from what they should be doing, which is not answering a phone call that doesn't result in an order. So I've been very, very happy with the Ava pilot that we've been part of. I mean, if the phone rings and the person on the make line has to go answer the phone, that's like that rock that hits the chain link, right? Everything stops. If you're not making pizzas, you're not cooking pizzas, you're not cutting pizzas, you're not delivering pizzas, right? You're pulling that person away from the operations of making pizzas. Once a team member answers the phone, what do they have to do? They have to start all over again. They got to wash their hands. There's time involved there. They have to, those steps to and from the make line to the phone. Those are the types of things that are second savers that can really impact service times overall.
Abby, shot A, take 1.
All right, I'm Abigail Favor. I am 26 years old. I just had my first baby about 3 months ago now.
Okay, you do. I love it, Abigail Favor.
Abby, shot A, take 2.
All right, my name's Abigail Favor, formerly known as Abigail K. Arntson. That's the T before the S, Arntson. A lot of people say Arntston, but it's Arntson. I've been with Domino's for my entire life. I'm a mom, a wife, and Dominoid at heart. Yeah, so I love to work, I love my family, and yeah.
Tell us about your first memory.
With Domino's or all around?
Yes, but, well, no, not just from the beginning, like the first light, no. Tell us about that first memory that you remember that connected you with Domino's.
Gotcha. So I loved going to work with my dad. His office was attached to store 1208 in downtown Lansing. And every time we got to go to work with Dad, I would beg him to be able to leave the office and go to the store next door and make a pizza. So he would sometimes take us over there to make a pizza, and sometimes he'd just be like, no, you can sit in the office and we don't need to disrupt the store. But he would sometimes take us over there, and the staff that actually still works for us, the general manager still works for us, so I grew up with him. He taught me how to make a pizza. He would always welcome us in there and show us the ropes and make a pizza and watch it go through the oven, and then we'd take it next door to the office and have to sit kind of quietly because Dad was at work. But we loved going to the office and being around the stores and being around the pizzas, and sometimes they'd probably make us wash dishes or fold some boxes in the back. So they're like, hey, this is fun, right? I'm like, yeah, this is totally fun as an 8-year-old kid. Little did I know I was working for free, but hey, it was a lot of fun. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to go to work with Dad.
Abby, shot A, take 3.
Okay, so Dad woke me up pretty early in the day and said, hey, there's this marketing event going on at store 1240 up in Mount Pleasant. It's for the college students, want to come to work with me? I'm like, yeah, of course I do. That sounds like a lot of fun. He's like, all right, we won't be up there too long. We're just gonna go up, we're gonna help out, help set up. You're gonna do some things, maybe fold some boxes, hand some like flyers out to some customers, and it'll be fun. Okay, cool. We get in the car, we drive up the 30 minutes, and we're setting up with the store team, we're getting ready. It's apparently gonna be a busy day. I don't know, I'm 8 years old, so I'm just here for hopefully to get a mac and cheese pizza at the end of the shift. So we start setting up, and the phones start ringing, and pizzas start flying out of the oven, and there's a lot of people in the lobby. So I'm just doing what I'm told. I'm passing out marketing materials. I'm doing all the things that they're telling me to do. And the clock ticks by, and it keeps ticking by, and it's dark out now. I'm like, whoa, okay. So we were there for, I don't know, like 15, 16 hours. We worked an open to close. So while it was supposed to be a short shift, it ended up being an open to close. It was a lot of fun. I still remember it to this day. And I don't remember this part because apparently I was on some sort of a pizza high, but we got in the car and I was just talking away about how excited I was, how awesome the day was, and my dad's driving and he's like, oh my God, this girl will not, she just worked 16 hours straight. Like, what is wrong with her? And within, I don't know, 5 minutes or so of me just like yapping about how excited I was for the day, I apparently crashed and fell asleep on the window, and I don't remember that. So it was a lot of fun. I didn't even know I was working, honestly. Like, it was a lot of fun. I got to go work with Dad and talk to a bunch of people and hand some stuff out, and people were happy to see me. So there was no better way to spend the day, in my opinion.
And what's it like now leading people, Abby?
Leading people, I would say it's just about as fun as it was back then. I love people. That's the whole part of this company and this brand that it is. It's all about the people that you work with and that you lead, and the opportunities that you can create within this brand with the people, and seeing them thrive and flourish in their own goals it's huge. There's no bigger reward than that. Seeing people achieve what they want to achieve, or they come in with this thinking, oh, it's a part-time job, oh, I'm just here to make some more money, and they end up catching that bug, that Domino's pizza bug that just tends to bite you sometimes, and it's that pizza sauce running through the veins, and they're like, wow, I actually do have a really good opportunity here. And leading your people and seeing them come to that conclusion themselves and thinking, wow, I can really do this and I have a great opportunity in front of me, there's no better feeling. Yeah, there's absolutely a career here. There is so much opportunity in Domino's, whether you're coming in as a 16-year-old CSR part-time while you're still in high school, whether you're 18 years old, fresh out of high school, thinking, oh, I'm just going to be a part-time delivery driver while I'm going to college. I mean, the opportunities are limitless. You can go into the franchise side of the business and dream of owning your own store, which that dream is very attainable. The pathway is there, it's built. There's so many franchisees out there that started as in-store team members. And if your goal isn't to franchise, there's a whole corporation side of the company where you can go work in supply chain, you can go work in all of these different branches within the corporation that it's limitless across the country, across the globe.
Abby at 8, Tech, shot A, take 1.
So at 8, when I was first starting to work in stores, the technology that sticks out to me nowadays, like thinking back on it, was my dad's BlackBerry that I would beg him to play that one game on. And the phones in the store and the little computers that you could take orders on, the front counter screens or the screens that you take orders on. And honestly, outside of that, I think that was really it. I mean, there was not much technology back then. And it's crazy to think then from when I first started to now, the leaps and jumps that the technology has done and the impact that it's made in the brand. It's insane. To think about when I was 8 back in 2010, and there was really not much. I think online ordering was just starting to roll out maybe, or it was just starting to like come around, the idea of it. And now all of our orders basically come through online. We have screens on every station throughout the circle of operations to help us the flow of orders to come through and us to handle those flow of orders way more easier and seamless. So yeah, it's crazy the advancements that we have at our fingertips now. Well, I've seen it change it so much already. I just think that it's going to continue to make the team members' lives easier. Domino's does a really good job of any innovations that they do. They try to think of what will make the team, what will make the team members happier and what will make them their jobs easier. So I don't really know what's to come, obviously. I wish I did. I wish I had the crystal ball to show, but whatever it is, I really do think it's gonna be to make the team members' lives easier so we can handle more orders, handle more sales, make the customers happier, and the overall experience better.
Why is it so important to make the team members' lives easier?
Because if your team is happy and well adjusted to the circle of ops and all of those orders coming in, if they can handle it easier, that makes it an overall better experience for the customers, because if you've got a happy team, you've got happy customers, and the circle continues to go on and on. So it's all about the culture of the store. It's it doesn't always have to be easy, but technology makes the pain points of just running a kitchen a lot simpler and a lot easier to handle, and pills to swallow and all of that stuff. So pain points still existing today, well, I hate to say it, are the phone calls. Taking our team members off of the make, bake, and take of, handling the dough stretching, to making the pizzas, to catching the pizzas out of the oven, and bagging those pizzas up to take them to our customers. You throw a phone call ringing in there, well, the whole operation stops. You have to take that team member out of that circle of ops, plug them at a phone where you're stationary. You can't move for however long that phone call is. So I would say that's a pretty big pain point. While we don't get a lot of phone calls, not like we did back in 2010, but when a phone call does come in and it takes the team member away from making pizzas, it is a pain point. It is disruptive. So we train all of our team members that the customer always comes first, right? Because that's what we're here for, is to make the customer experience great. So when a customer does call in, we don't want to rush them off the phone. We want them to be able to answer. We want to answer all their questions. We want them to, answer at their pace. But if it's going on 10 minutes, I mean, that's crazy to take a team member away from the circle of ops for that long. So I don't know if I answered your question, but. So the circle of operations is all technology, right? There's technology at every single point within the circle. There's screens on the cut table, there's screens on the make line for making pizzas, there's screens at the front counter with our phones. And not just technology throughout the circle, but the phone system itself is a huge piece of the technology of the store and the way that we're running the circle so successfully. It's not just a phone system, it's live agent, it's which is our call center that we have that stores don't have to answer every single phone call that comes in. We have someone that's awesome that takes the order for us and it just drops on our screen like an online order. It's huge for our busy stores. It's huge to not take those team members away from the circle so that we have to answer that phone. We also have the coaching feature on the phones where we have a new team member that started, and instead of them over the shoulder of the manager trying to listen in on the conversation, but like they're only hearing the one side from the manager, we can have those new team members pick up the phone. The manager can go to the one right next to them and listen in on that phone call to the customer. It's a live order being taken. And the manager can speak to that new hire and the customer is not listening. It's just the manager dropping little, do this, and nope, say it like this. And it's like coaching them along the way. It's a huge tool for the phone system to be able to do that. And honestly, the biggest feature, in my opinion, is the pre-ringer. I love that feature. It's letting the team know, hey, we're about to get a phone call. Someone has entered the queue, they're listening to the pre-recorded message, and in like 30 seconds, we're gonna have a phone call. So the manager in that scenario, the pre-ringer is such a huge feature that I don't know what we would do without, honestly, with the new Sudis phone system. I love that a customer can call in and they enter the queue where they listen to like a 14-second pre-recorded message, right? And as soon as that pre-ringer goes off, that gives the manager the opportunity to say, hey, Abby, go answer that phone in 14 seconds. Or who's got that phone call? And it lets the team member get out of the circle of ops, wash their hands, do whatever to go to that phone and be ready to answer it right away. It's a huge tool instead of the phone just ringing and having to stop and go, oh my gosh, I have a phone call to answer, and then having to rush around and go grab it. It's a little bit of a heads up, which is awesome. And to add on to that, the Ava feature is super, super huge, where it sorts out the phone calls that aren't going to result in orders, which is the whole point of us answering those phones, is to hopefully take an order to get more sales, to get another customer, all of that. And Ava sorting out the garbage phone calls of not going to result in an order is huge. It takes that feature to the next level, to where our team members only are focusing on the orders that we have in the store and the customers that are placing orders.
Abby at 8, tech, shot A, take 2.
Yeah, so Ava is that next step, right? It's the new Sudis phone system is great, but Ava takes it to that next level. It's your AI assistant. I'm gonna continue to make pizzas while you go answer that phone call for me. It takes all of the phone calls that come into your store that do not result as an order, right? It's customers calling in to say, where's my pizza? What time do you open? Are you open today? Just all of those questions that people call in for. We don't have to take the time and the effort and energy to step away from the circle of ops and go answer that phone call. Ava does that for us, and it's super invaluable, especially at our high volume stores. Oh, it's huge, right? It makes their lives so much easier. It makes them not have to disrupt their circle of operations so that they can make the pizzas and have more fun while doing it. They don't have to step away and go answer that phone call that's super disruptive. So it is a huge tool to make all of the team members' lives so much easier. And yeah, so Ava makes the lives of our team members so much easier and better. It makes the team members be able to focus on making pizzas and servicing the customers that actually do order. And it just makes their lives much easier and much more. I don't know why it's like, it's not coming out. Ava makes their lives so much easier, and the ability to just stay in the circle of operations and make all the pizzas and service the customers that do place orders so that we can sell more pizzas and have more fun.
Eric and Abby, shot A, take 1.
Hey kiddo, are you still happy you're doing this?
Yeah, definitely. Why would I have any regrets?
Oh, wait, cut.
Eric and Abby, shot A, take 2.
Hey kiddo, what do you think? You still happy you're doing this?
Yeah, why would I have any regrets?
You were supposed to ask me a question now.
I don't know what I'm supposed to ask you. Completely blank.
So who would have thunk February 2008 you'd still be here today doing this,
Honestly.
having fun every single day, no stress whatsoever.
Oh yeah, totally stress-free. Absolutely. Every day is magical.
Unicorns and rainbows.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, honestly, like it's crazy to think back then that I would still be doing this, because I was always 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like I didn't know if I wanted to do this all the time, and making that decision, when was that, 2017? I decided not to go to college, and I was like, you know what? I think I want to do this, and you jumped on me so quickly, and we're like, don't go to college. Yeah, just do this. Like, this is great. Keep doing this. But it is.
Well,
a lot of fun,
where else can you get in a position like you're in right now, and you're so far ahead of your peers? You know, you're created a life. You've got a family. You've got, you know, you're building a family. You're building your legacy, your next chapter. Like, without all that, with all that student loan debt that you
That's
would have had
crazy.
to have.
No, I think of like all my friends that are strapped with like $100,000 in student loan debt, and I purchased a house at 22 because of this brand. It's crazy.
It's the power of pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the opportunity is endless. So I'm very fortunate that I decided to do this instead of go the college route for sure.
You're having fun each and every day. Right?
Absolutely.
Can we take it from the top?
So tell me, kiddo, are you happy you're doing this?
Yeah, I wouldn't say every day is fun and magical and rainbows like you think it is, but
Unicorns and rainbows.
Unicorns and rainbows. But
Yeah.
I have no regrets, honestly. I'm glad I chose this path for sure.
It is fun.
It is. It is. And honestly, thinking of all my friends with their hundreds and thousands of dollars of student loan debt that I don't have, and I was able to buy a house at 22 because of this brand. I mean, it's pretty special. So I don't have any regrets.
No regrets?
No regrets.
Remember that office next to store 1208 that you'd come and you'd hang out and you'd beg me to bring over lava cakes every day?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I can still see that little girl in you. Like, it is so much.
Oh, God. I didn't care about anything else. I was like, dude, if I get to go to work with you, then I get the brownies. Like that, I need the chocolate. Duh.
Well, having you in this company makes coming to work fun still, and I wouldn't want it any other way.
Aw, shucks.
Oh, this is so.